Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of New England Aerial Photography. Today we're going to be testing out the Master Airscrew Propellers. Some of you may have seen my short recently, and I'm looking forward to use them. We're going to start with the DJI Avata. I guess we're going to test out and see whether we get any more performance. That would be flight time, speed. Now I don't personally think we're going to get any more speed out of sport mode. I don't fly manual mode as of yet. I actually have the controller ordered, the RC Controller 3, but at this point I only have the Motion Controller 3. I don't expect we're going to get any more speed out of sport mode just because the drone is limited to that speed. This is my assumption. I don't know whether this is true or not. And it's going to be able to do that speed regardless. Manual mode will be the more interesting test. So I'm looking forward to using it. We'll see how it goes. So you can see there's our setup right there. So we've got the goggles, the Motion Controller 3, and then we've got got our four-bladed Master Airscrew Propellers. I'm really looking forward to using them. They look really cool. All right, everybody, we're ready to go. We've got the goggles and the drone fired up, and looking forward to seeing how they work. Let's go. Alright, here we are. Get ready for takeoff. Start recording. Let's see here. So we'll kick it into sport mode and we'll see how it goes. Alright. Alright, so currently got the accelerator pulled all the way in. I'm seeing 36.3 miles an hour as a max right there. So turn around. Looking a little rainy, so I'm not going to go far. Let's see here. Alright. It's looking good. Look right there. Very maneuverable, very responsive. I love this motion controller. It really is fun. If you're going to get into it and you're not interested in the manual FPV, then I think it's really the way to go. It really opens up the world of FPV. It's just too bad that it is a little bit limited. Alright. We're getting really good battery life right now. I've got it maxed out and it's bouncing around 9-10 minutes. I'm really impressed. This drone has so much power. It's so amazing. I'm really liking these props. These goggles are so much fun as well. If you've never experienced FPV, it is so much fun. And just drifts right in and out. I think it is getting better battery life. I never actually did a full test of the regular propellers, so that would be something interesting. Anyone watching this video who has done a test of the regular propellers, maybe if they want to leave a comment, that'd be terrific. Wow, it's actually Times I'm getting even more. Up to 12 minutes. The battery life really does not seem to be draining very much. I'm impressed. Very, very impressive. Yes. Well, so what are my thoughts on these propellers? I really like them. They look cool. You can get a number of different colors. I chose to get black. I just wasn't sure. I thought about getting red, and then I was like, no, I won't. I'll just get black. I think it'll look the best. But I guess that's all to what you like. I guess it would increase visibility, but I'm very impressed with these propellers. So they look good. They seem to have a lot of maneuverability. I guess I'll have to do a new video when I actually start manual mode, because I'll be interested. We'll see how it goes. So next up, we're going to be flying the Mavic, so I'll do that one here in a minute. I think I just saw 37 miles an hour. Yep, 37.5. Might have a little bit of a tail end, I don't know. Go right through this gap. I am impressed at how maneuverable these are. Very, very simple to use. If I had to do FPV the normal way, at least the way a lot of people learned, I would probably struggle, just to be honest. Having to repair them and build them, and I'm just not, I don't think I'm quite that techy. And the Avata 2 just seems to be an amazing piece of technology. So we're at 50% battery life right now, and I'm saying 7 minutes and 41 seconds. That's if I don't do anything crazy, just flying straight. Obviously, when I twist it and turn it, it dumps battery life. So, all right. So I've been flying around, having a good time. All right. Well, we'll bring it back in and we'll try out the Mavic. All right. In the normal mode, don't need to be trying to bring this in and store it. All right. There we go. There you have it, everybody. Master Airscrew Propellers right there. 4-bladed propellers. Absolutely love them. I think they're a great buy, and for only, I believe they were $13. I got them on sale, so I think they're like 12 bucks. I don't think you can get a better buy. All right. We'll go on. We'll move on to the Mavic. All right, everyone. Well, I found out that the Master Airscrew Avata 2 propellers seem to be very good, so I guess now it's time to test out, see whether the Mavic 3 propellers are just as good. Now, to preface this, these Master Airscrew propellers are carbon that I got for the Mavic 3 Classic, and compared to the $13.99 that the Avata 2 propellers are, these are like $64. That's a fair amount right there. So they better be good. Now the Avata 2 propellers are not carbon, these are. I think you can get the non-carbon Master Airscrew propellers for $40-something. Can't remember off the top of my head. So we'll see. Now I've never flown the original propeller actually. My drone I bought barely used, and it came with carbon propellers. They were bought off of Amazon, and they weren't quite as good as these, at least as far as price. So we'll see if these ones are actually better. I'll be interested to see. They were starting to get to the end of their life, so I said, you know something, I need to replace them. And these propellers have been in the box the whole time, so I've been carrying them around as spares, and I've never actually used them. So I'll be interested to see how they work. I'm actually going to test them out first. I have 2 full batteries, and I'm going to see which one gets better flight time, and we'll do a speed test if the rain will hold off. So, and we just have a high enough ceiling to reach 400 feet AGL. So that is good. I'm looking forward to it. So here's the Master Airscrew propeller, and here's the regular propeller next to each other. So we'll see how they work. All right, stay tuned. All right, everyone, so we've got a nice full battery on the Mavic 3 Classic, and we're letting it acquire satellites before we take off, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm really excited to fly this with the original propellers. Like I said, never done that. And I'll be interested to see what we get as far as time, and we'll kind of let you judge the noise, and I'll see what I think. I don't have a meter, so it will be all subjective. It would be an interesting test to see if it actually does
Home point updated.
make it a little quieter. So alright, so here we go. So we'll take off. Alright, take off. So here we are, right here. Let me get that, try to get that centered. So we'll get this thing turned around. So right now, we're at 96%. So I was seeing about 34 minutes a couple minutes ago. Not a couple minutes ago, a few seconds ago. So we'll give it some power here. Get it aimed out there. Put it in sport mode, because that's what everyone wants to see, right? So I'm only seeing about 34 minutes. Now, on my previous props, I think I was getting about 36. So we'll give it full throttle. All right. $46.7 miles an hour. So now let's bring it back. That's about what I saw right there. Alright, let me see. Where's my home point? Alright, there it is. We'll give it a little bit of altitude so I don't hit any trees, so I can cruise right over. And go. Alright, I saw 46 something miles an hour. Not bad. These props are fairly quiet. They're not too loud. I don't really notice much of a difference between them and the other carbon fiber propellers. There we go. 4K 60. Alright. Alright. So it seems to be doing pretty good. So we're getting a steady 46 miles an hour out of these props. Alright, sorry, let the controller go a little out of the frame there. Alright. So not too bad. Alright, so I guess we'll bring it back in and we'll see if we get any more flight time off of the Master Airscrew propellers, and we'll see if it's any quieter. I don't know. Alright, it's time to change the propellers from the originals to the Master Airscrew propeller. So we saw a time of about 34 minutes on the originals, so I'll be interested to see what the Master Airscrew propellers get. thing I love about the Mavic 3 is how easy it is to put the propellers on. The Avata 2 is a little bit more frustrating. It has screws and Loctite. And once you get the hang of it, one of them, it goes pretty simple. Alright, so there we are. We have the Mavic 3 Classic, and we'll get it up in the air and take off. Alright everyone, here's the moment of truth. Let's check out the Master Airscrew carbon fiber propellers. Get the drone fired up. We'll see if it's any better than the originals. Is it worth the $64 that I spent on them? Alright, the remote control is connecting. We have a full battery. Look at that, it's already got nearly all its satellites. Alright. I'll get the drone in the air. Definitely seems a little bit quieter. Oh yes. Definitely seems to be quieter. Alright. Look at that. There it is. Alright, so we're at 99% battery life. And we'll get it up in the air. I'll give it a nice test of speed. Alright, so we're already getting more battery life. When I first turned it on, it was saying 36 minutes. So, between the time of me getting my camera adjusted, it's gone down a little bit, but as you can see, we're down to 97%. So I will flip it into sport mode. Let's see if we can better 46.7 miles per hour. Here we go. Alright. Here it goes. 46. Come on. 46.5 is what it, 46.7. Alright. Turn it back around. Give it a little bit of altitude. So that really wasn't any faster, so here we go. Let's see if it will go any faster. Come on. .46. 47 miles an hour. 47.3, so that was a little bit faster. Let's just try it one more time going the other direction. Well, interesting. I wonder why. Alright, let's go. Get it back. .46, so about the same. Well, impressive. I definitely noticed a sound reduction. Definitely seemed like it was better at sound. So that's good. That means less disturbances for others, less disturbances for wildlife in general. So today might not be the right day, and maybe weather conditions did change a little bit. Not 100% sure. Definitely for the quietness. Now in my testing at home, I think I did get more speed out of the carbon fiber props, the other carbon fiber props. They were slower than these ones. Alright. So for a sound test, I think that they're definitely a win. On the speed, not necessarily. It wasn't actually as much as I thought it would be. I was thinking maybe, I was hoping for a couple more miles per hour, but not this time around, so. Alright, so we'll bring it back in, and that concludes that. Thank you. So what are my final thoughts on these propellers? I certainly liked them. They seem to be very good. Wasn't getting much more speed out of it, not exactly sure. Maybe a little bit more, not enough to really notice. I did notice a significant reduction in noise. At least it seemed to my ears. Maybe they're just lower in pitch, not 100% sure. And they are carbon, so I believe carbon fiber is actually stronger. So they might last longer. And they are made in the USA, and I have to say that that's really nice. So would I recommend these props? Yes, I would. Well, that concludes everything for today, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it helpful. And I look forward to using these props in the future. Thank you for watching.